Sharper Point Commentary.
Yesterday, as he stepped to the microphone to announce new reciprocal tariffs on goods being imported into the U.S., President Trump billed it the way he'd been billing it for a while.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day.
Despite many economists saying it will be liberating us from more of our money to send it to the government, Trump promised,
this will be indeed the golden age of America. It's coming back. We're going to come back very strongly.
Don't know if it's going to work out that way in the long term, but in the short term, it certainly isn't. The Dow started out the day with its biggest loss in years, the NASDAQ cratering this morning. But we did notice a couple of countries that were absent from the president's charts yesterday. That gave us Arizonans a little hope and made us ask, are Mexico and Canada getting a different type of tariff treatment from Trump? The answer appears to be yes, and that's a good thing for Arizona's economy because they are our state's two largest trading partners. The U.S. has a $172 billion trade deficit with Mexico. In fact, behind China, Mexico has the U.S.'s second largest trade deficit of any individual country. That is, if you don't count the European Union. Meanwhile, Canada brings $64 billion more into the U.S. than it imports from the states, amounting to the U.S.'s ninth highest trade deficit. But he didn't give them extra tariffs yesterday like he did with the rest of the world. So we asked ABC News White House correspondent Karen Travers earlier if President Trump leaving them out was a nod to Republicans who aren't fans of punishing Canada and actually voted with Democrats in the Senate to denounce the already in-place Canadian tariffs.
Yeah, it's possible, because there was a lot of pushback specifically on Canada and, just saying like this has escalated already with our neighbors to the north and south, and they are two of our top trading partners.
Now, that doesn't mean that our two biggest trading partners are getting off scot-free because North America's two other nations are still subject to pre-existing tariffs.
The White House was very clear that the ones that the president has put on Canada already and Mexico remain in effect. Remember, there's steel and aluminum tariffs already. There's the tariffs on goods not covered by the USMCA and tariff on oil also not covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. So all of that remains.
Okay. So, yes, the fact that Trump didn't announce new tariffs on Canada and Mexico yesterday is good news for us here in Arizona, with it being the exact opposite of the rest of the country. Canada, our top trading partner, Arizona having Mexico as our top trading partner. We are going to dodge maybe a couple of bullets, but we will still end up paying more for lots of things, and not just tamales. And because it will mean less money made in places like Mexico and Canada. And by the way, a Chrysler minivan and a Dodge muscle car factory in Windsor, Ontario is shutting down for 2 weeks starting today because of the new tariffs. That means there'll be less money to buy the things that will end up being produced in America and exported to the rest of the world, which is, of course, Trump's tariff hope in the first place.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's morning news and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.